children are enrolled in schools. So that is a high priority for our welcoming of these families to New York.
That Welcome Center is expected to be open by next Thursday. And joining us this morning is His Holiness Timothy Cardinal Dolan, who just met with the families and is urging the federal government to step in. Good morning, Cardinal. Thanks so much for being with us.
Hazel and Craig, good morning. Nice to be with you. Where's Dan?
Oh, Dan is off today. He's doing politics. He's doing the debate tonight. So he is not here today. Yeah.
Good to be with you. Hey, thanks for that story about ice cream being better than granola bars. Why didn't you air that at the beginning of the summer?
That should have been the lead, right?
Yeah, that should have been the lead.
Anyway, it's always so good to have you on the show. We want to talk about what Catholic Charities is doing. I mean, helping, an estimated 1,500 migrant families. You met with a handful of them yesterday. They're dealing with so many things, so many challenges. What were those conversations like?
You're right, Hazel, and I sure appreciate your interest and concern. We don't like bragging. We can't brag. Jesus told us not to brag. But we do want to express gratitude to Catholic Charities and to the people who help them help others. And we do want to alert the community that has been so traditionally embracing of the immigrant. We just want to alert them to the current challenges. So that's what happened yesterday. I was so overwhelmed. I spent a good hour and a half with some of the asylum seekers that have come to us of late, especially they told me from Venezuela and Colombia. And I tell you, Craig and Hazel, I saw no bitterness, I saw no anger, I saw hope, I saw confidence, I saw immense gratitude to America, to New York, yes, to the church, and just this burning desire to get settled, to get a job, to be responsible citizens, to get their kids in school. You know what I thought of? This must have been the way my great-grandparents felt when they came from famine-struck Ireland. And we're still doing it, darn it. And we're doing it thanks to agencies like Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of New York, thanks to other magnificent outreach, thanks to the city of New York that has really come through, especially in working with Catholic Charities and getting these struggling, vulnerable people settled.
Well, Cardinal, we understand that some of the asylum seekers are also at risk of being deported, and they're missing important court hearings. What steps has Catholic Charities taken to intervene in these cases?
Yeah, Craig, thanks for bringing that fly in the ointment up. See, what happens is, sadly, at the border in Texas, they were given slips saying, "Oh, when you get to New York, just go to Catholic Charities," and they gave them the address, and they'll take care of it. Well, we're flattered and we're honored, and we're thrilled at the chance to assist them. But because of that, Craig, as you hinted at, now they have us as their address. These people aren't settled yet. The officials can't contact them. They don't know where they're going through us. We try our best to register and keep track of the people here, but it's difficult. It's difficult to keep in touch with them. These people want to do things legally. They want to be productive, responsible citizens. They say to us right away, how do we become citizens? How do we get here legally? And thanks be to God, Catholic Charities has legal assistance for them to get this started. But that's kind of another just wrench in this engine of trying to get these people settled, is that the way they're introduced into the country is kind of awkward and clumsy.
Cardinal Dolan, can we talk about the kids? I mean, we heard Monsignor Sullivan talk about the priorities to get these kids into school. It starts in just about 3 weeks. But, I mean, really, my concern, just as a parent and seeing their little faces, is the trauma that they're going through. So what's this whole process going to be like to get them settled into schools?
Hazel, that sensitivity, I felt the same thing. To see these vulnerable little kids and babies. But again, what I saw, first of all, I was, when you think of the asylum seekers and the immigrants, I'm thinking most of the time of young men who are coming over to work. And there were some of those. But we've helped close to 1,500 people over the last month. And the majority of them would be young husbands and fathers with the wives and the mothers of their children. And you see the kids. It struck me. So when I visited with them, Craig and Hazel, they were up in our dining room. And we had donuts, and we had orange juice, and we had cereal, and we had food. We had toys for them. And they were like beaming. It was like a birthday party for them. And the poor things had been on the road for 3 months, struggling. So they're here now. They got fresh clothes, they got a bath, they had a nurse and doctor look at them, they got toys, they got food, they got company. They're not jumping back on a bus. For them, it was a lot of celebration. But you're right, Hazel, what about the long term? That's why we're working hard in our Catholic schools, and I know that the government schools are doing the same, is making sure that we're able to get these children enrolled in the next couple of weeks when schools open up again.
Well, that's good to hear.
Well, will all of these services be under one roof at the new reception center that you're expecting to open up next week?
We hope so. So here's the scoop, if I understand it right, Craig. See, right now, Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese is the reception center. We didn't ask for that. We're happy to do our best to rise to the occasion. But thank God now things are clicking in, and the city said, you know what, we should probably run the welcoming center. Catholic are provided, at least Catholic Charities says, hallelujah, let us know how we can help. If you want us to be part of that, we'll be happy to. So they're going to have more of a central place to go to.
That's good.
And then what Catholic Charities will chime in on is helping them get the assistance and the settlement that they need.
Well, Cardinal Dolan, it is always such a wonderful pleasure to have you here on the show and for giving all of us some hope after we've gone through so much.
I'm grateful to you all, and let's have an ice cream together, okay?
Let's do that for
Or granola
sure.
bar.
All right. Thanks again.
God bless.